Hello, and welcome to this new episode on learning to design your own solar home system. Previous to this, we learned about how to estimate the amount of energy consumption by an appliance. We learned how to estimate the monthly electricity bill. Today, I will tell you what a solar system is and what are the various components. But before we start discussing, let me ask you, have you used solar energy in your life so far? And I've been asking this question, and to my surprise, people say no. But my counter question is, have you been eating food? And if you have been eating food, isn't that solar energy? We grow food using solar energy. So we are already a big user of solar energy. Another question that might come to in your mind, whether my solar system will be good enough to fulfill all my energy needs. I would say yes, but don't believe me. By the end of this series, you will be able to answer that question yourself. Alright, so let's begin. What a solar system is. Well, what do we want in a solar system? We want our appliances to be powered. So we have appliances like TV, fan, mixer, etc. that are our appliances, or we call them as a load. So we want to supply, with the solar system, we want to supply electricity to your load. So what does solar system include? One is, it should include the load which requires energy, and that it should include the supply or the source which should generate energy. In this case, the solar PV systems or solar PV panel are the source that generates energy. So if I connect a solar panel with a load, will that be enough? Will that work? Answer is yes, in many cases. So if I take a solar panel and connect to a fan, will the fan run? Yes, as long as there is a sunlight, the fan will run. And I'm going to take you out in the field and show you by example that fan is running. So your solar system can be as simple as take a solar panel and connect to the load. Now that load can be your LED lights. So you take a solar panel, connect to LED lights, and it works. And it will work for all kind of lights. Or you take a solar panel and connect to a motor. And if motor runs, then all applications that use motor, like water pump, a fountain, a compressor in your refrigerator, all kind of motors will work. Or you can take a solar panel and connect to a mobile charger, which is electronic. So directly electronics can work on solar panel. So this can be a very simple system, that there is a source or the supply of the panel, and there is a load of any kind. So here we are in the field. I want to demonstrate to you how a solar panel can directly be connected to the load. So there's a panel here which is having this wire, and this wire is connected or not connected with this load yet. And so this is a load which is a fan. This is a load which is a fan. This is a wire here. And if I ask someone to connect this wire, and see, there's nothing in between. It's only the load that is there. It's nothing in between. It is only the load that is there. I have connected it. And now if you press the button, and it should work. You see? So this is how a solar system can be. So if you take the right panel, if you take the load with the required current and voltage, and if you take the right panel which matches the current and voltage of the load, a load will directly run without any electronics or any battery. And that is the beauty of the solar system. As long as there is a sunlight, this fan is going to run on its own. I'm going to demonstrate you another solar system which can directly be run on solar. So this is a solar panel, and this is a ceiling fan I have put in this field. The ceiling fan and its current and voltage requirement matches with the solar panel, which can generate enough voltage and current to drive this fan. Now between this fan and this panel there is nothing else, there is only wire that is there. So there is no other electronics, or there is no other storage that is there. And I will demonstrate you that because the current and voltage requirement of panel and fan is matching, we can directly connect and run them. So we will demonstrate you now. Just connect these wires. So we are just connecting the wires together and making the circuit complete, and it is connected, and this is good enough for us to run this fan. And now you can see that this fan is running, and it is running with a good speed. So this is a solar panel and this is a fan. That is how a simple solar system can be. You don't have to really use the electricity which is coming from far off places. So this is a normal, very simple solar system with the fan. And once you can run a fan, you can run all kind of motors that need electricity, like a water pump, a compressor of refrigerator, or you can run LED lights, all kind of lights. You can run all kind of electronics, whether it is mobile charger or big computer or TV, everything. So this is in a simple way a solar system can be where but this will work as long as the voltage and current of requirement of your load is being fulfilled by the voltage and current that your panel is producing. And if they match well, you can directly connect your panel to your load. And sometimes if it doesn't match well, then we put a matchmaking device or an intermediate device. We call it as a electronic controllers, or we can call it as a power conditioning unit. So what does a electronic controller in between does? It actually ensures that the voltage and current requirement of your load is being matched by the supply side. And therefore there is a third element now in your solar system: a panel, electronic controller, and a load. This system will not work when it is no sunshine, because in the night time there is no sunshine, and if there is no supply, the load will not run. So you need to have a mechanism where you can store energy. Where you can store energy? Of course, we can store in battery, but your grid, electricity grid from which people are taking electricity, can also act as a storage medium. So you can store energy either in the form of battery, or you can store energy in the electricity grid. Either of them can be your storage medium. So now there is a fourth component in your solar system: a solar panel, a controller, a load, and an energy storage medium or battery or grid. So these four components, you can make any kind of solar system with these four components. So suppose if your storage medium is electricity grid, then the solar system is called grid connected solar system. But if you're not interacting with the grid and everything is within your house and your storage medium is battery, then your solar system is called off-grid solar system, because it is not connected with the grid. Or in your solar system, you're sometime interacting with the grid and taking electricity or giving electricity, and sometime you're storing energy in the battery, then it is called hybrid solar system. All right. So this is how the solar system or various components of solar system. So the homework for the next time is, if you have seen any solar system in your life, find out what are the various components that you have seen. If you have seen battery around, electronics around, panel around, so identify those components around your area and become familiar with each of those components. In the next episode, I am going to go through each of this element one by one and give little bit more details about the batteries, give little bit more details about the electronics, give little bit more details about panel, etc. And so that you can understand each and every component and design your solar system perfectly yourself. I hope you liked this particular episode about what a solar system is all about. I hope you learned it. And if so, then do like, do comment. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do that. And take care of yourself.